and welcome back to the French Cooking Academy. After talking about garlic in one of our previous videos, we're going to talk today about shallots, or échalotes in French. Okay, one of the reasons I'm doing a video about shallots and not onions, because contrary to what people think, the shallot is really the one we prefer to use when cooking French dishes. And this, the shallot here, is a very, very important ingredient when we will cover, which is far from now, when we're going to start covering the chapter about sauce making. All the basic French sauces and all the very complex French sauces are all based on shallots and not onions. Actually, onions are used only in certain cases, in certain soups, and bigger preparation for stews and things like that. But the real fine and the ingredient we like to have is actually the shallot, and you should try them if you haven't. They almost taste the same as onion, but they are not the same. Now, in France, you basically only have a few categories. The pink shallot, which is the most common one that everybody should find in the shops, is the one you find everywhere. But the grey shallot, which is also called Jersey shallot, from what I've gathered in our book again, is basically the most sought after and the most expensive shallot. You can have them in different size. As you can see, this one is kind of a short and round. Sometimes they're more elongated, and they can come in all kinds of flavor. The criteria that you have to look after when you buy them, same as the garlic, you want a shallot that is absolutely firm. When you press it, it has to be hard, and you don't want any kind of germs, or like, you know, if you start germinating and you have like a green stalk coming out, do not even buy it. If they're soft, do not buy them and go to the next shop. Now, in terms of keeping them, same as the garlic, you can keep them in plastic or metallic containers away from the light, and try to keep your stock as a minimum, because they tend to go off quite quickly. So if you know you're gonna make some dishes that's gonna use shallot, you can start stock a few, but you know, just buy them as they go. All right, so we're gonna jump in and see how we can do with these little things. See you then. All right, so a little lesson very quick again on shallots. So we got our station again, we've prepared with all the products, the peels. Again, we got this time a little bit of water in here. I don't know if we can really see that on the video, but yes, I'm trying to get everything closer. A bowl for the final product, etc, etc, as we always see in our video. This is, by the way, it is called the mobile station. If you forgot, you can check on one of our previous videos. So basically, shallots, you get them, you know, full of the peel. The first thing you do, you take a paring knife. It's no rocket science. You basically cut the end, but don't take too much, you know, don't take half of the shallot off. This is also very important. And you can cut a little bit of the top, so the top and the end. And then you can start peeling slowly. Now you can make a kind of very, very tiny incision, but from our book again, the guideline is, okay, the guideline is do not damage the actual flesh of the shallots. Okay, so that's basically what we are trying to do. So they're very delicate, actually, shallots. When you look at them, they're very nice. But okay, so you can remove the excess of here. Again, you'll be cutting. So you see, you start with this. I'm gonna cut a little bit. So you kind of carve. As you can see, I'm trying to get really, you know, the minimum. Same thing at the top. You get the top bit here. I'm gonna cut this off, and I try to make a very, very you know, clean little incision on the side. Just try to get through the skin, and then very, very carefully I'll be trying to peel off all of the skins that I can. And as you can see in this one, sometimes it's a little surprise, you get two little bulbs
inside the skin. So, oops, this one is, you see, it's a bit tough and I'm trying not to really damage. Okay, so I haven't done the best job over here. You see, I've started to carve a little bit. So as you can see, this one will detach. There's a little bit too much on here. You can think, okay, be careful. Up. I just want a nice clean little cut. Okay, we got our peel here. Now the next step, a lot of people never do this, very important, you actually wash your shallots. Doesn't have to be like, you know, super fancy, but basically, from the time you're cutting your shallot, you could basically leave them in the water like this. You don't have to, but in this demonstration, I'll keep them in here. Okay? Now, how do we prepare this little shallot over here? Okay, it's very simple. First of all, you take off again the rest of the root. We discard it, we put it in here. And now to cut it, basically you can either just slice it like this in nice thin slices. And the most important to remember about this is when you slice, do you see this? Okay, do you see these stripes over here? This is what you have to follow. You have to cut following the stripes like that. So don't cut like this. You see, refrain from doing this. When you cut shallots, you have to go and follow the lines. And you try to cut and make some nice little slice. And these nice little slices, you're gonna be using them in salads. You're gonna be using them in all kinds of preparation with sauces and anything like that, and anything you can. So try to slice there. There's a bit of a discard. So this is one form. You see, I haven't been cutting enough of the germ. You see, this is a bit of a, sorry, my bad. You see, so you have to be very careful. So you don't want this hard bit in your plate. So try to get as read as much as you can. Okay, so this is finished product here. This is one example of the sliced shallots. All right. I'm gonna take another one here. So either you do little slice like this, or what we're gonna do next is simply trying to do like the garlic, to kind of slice it and then crossways to get this very nice thing. Now this one, as I can see, you still got a bit of a tough little skin that's gonna get in my way. So what I'm gonna do for this exercise, I'm gonna remove that extra skin because it's gonna be really annoying and it's dry and I don't want that. Now, for this exercise, you keep a little bit of the end here. Again, you follow the lines and you don't cut the whole of the shallot. So you leave roughly that much uncut. And we're gonna work basically doing slices, just not all the way. You see, so we just try to make slices. I don't know if you can see, sorry. I don't know if you can see, but you know, I've kind of started slicing the shallots like that. And then on the side, I'm gonna basically cut once here and maybe another way. So you're making a kind of a, you know, of a cross. It's like a cube. So I'll go on the side, I'll make one little incision, another one a little bit higher up. You have to take a very, very little, a very thin blade, and then you're gonna start cutting very, very little fine pieces. And basically you can hold on to this that you discard at the end, and you just end up with some basically some nicely chopped little pieces of shallots. This is what you're gonna use usually in sauces, okay? So when you work a bit faster, which is basically what it does, one here, one there, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove the end, done. Okay. And if you want to, and that's it. You got your two form of garlic. This is a bit messy. Okay, that could be used for sauces. Okay, when you're preparing a sauce or any preparation that needs a very quick fragrance. So it's going to be, you know, nicely cooked. You want the flavors to diffuse in your pan very quickly. These ones are more to be eaten kind of raw. Excellent with a little tomato salad. It's nice thin slices of a very good quality shallots. Really, really good. You should try this as well. But anyway, so that concludes. Here it is. The two ways of, well, the two most common ways we're going to use in this lesson how to make shallots. I hope this was informative for you, and I'll see you next time.